this. How are you, Madhu?
Yeah, fine, Aditya. Fine. Nice.
I am so sorry. I apologize for this.
Yeah.
Uh, Sanjana, I believe you started the recording. Sorry, I can't see much on this phone. So I'll have to resolve to this computer and this mix. Anyway, so Madhu, quick introduction. I'm Aditya Mangla. I manage the engagements for Europe for BFS for Bounteous,
Mhm.
and we are looking for BAs for this particular role. We are looking for somebody who's kind of a data science guy who understands data, who's good with uh, business. What is it called? Power BI.
Hmm.
Uh, Understands a bit of databases,
Hmm.
knows a little bit of AI. If he has done some agentic development, nothing like it.
Okay, got it.
So that's where we are, and over to you. Feel free to pitch in what you've done, your introduction, etc., etc., and then we can deep dive into some of the questions so that I can complete my
Sure,
checklist.
sure, Aditya.
So the interview is not going to last an hour. Don't worry about it. But I really need to understand. So I need to know you. Basically, it's this interview is about knowing you rather than just knowing your skill set.
Okay, I got it, Aditya. So actually, my name is Madhu, as you know already from CV. I'm from Hyderabad, and I had multiple
So
domains.
you are currently in Hyderabad. You are currently in Hyderabad.
Yeah, currently in Hyderabad, but I used to work in Bangalore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
right, actually, I worked with multiple domains like finance, sales, and marketing. So recently, I have done the working on top of finance. I mean, sorry, banking projects as well. This is a different kind of domains I have worked with. And apart from these domains, my roles and responsibilities are I need to interact with the stakeholder, like gathering requirements. Okay, what is their problem statement? What really they want from the dashboard? So, what about their business and everything I need to gather from themselves. I need to I need to interact with regarding requirement gathering, and as well as after gathering the requirement, so I need to if any issue is going to be going on my team, I need to resolve. For example, while connecting the composite mode, if any issue is going to happen, I need to resolve, looking at that. Okay, what is the issue regarding connecting the data? So these kind of things. Apart from that, I used to work with cleaning the data by using mean median mode, these kind of strategies, like asking stakeholder itself, so should I remove these values or not, something like that. And so even creating the data modeling and writing the DAX formulas, and as well as publishing the report into the Power BI service. Sometimes we have to work on permissions data and multiple sources, like from which is coming from the AWS, Azure. So, and connecting with the Snowflake, and then from there itself, I need to connect with the Power BI while creating the we have to create the pipelines itself in the Snowflake, from the AWS itself. These kind of activities I used to do in my previous organization, Aditya.
Okay. And if we dig deep dive into Snowflake, how much knowledge do you have for Snowflake?
Snowflake, which is
How well do you know?
yeah, Snowflake is I used to create pipelines for each table. For example, we had multiple tables which are coming from AWS. Like we are going to get the data from the AWS. So during we used to create the pipelines by writing the SQL queries, case statements, something like that. Like each table, we have to create each pipeline. So this is the what we have done. And Snowflake is also like data warehouse, comparing with the MySQL, both are the same, but we have to write the queries. So mostly on top of Snowflake, we used to connect with the cloud platforms and creating the pipelines, like writing the queries, whatever the queries which is required for that particular tables.
Okay. Have you actually created tables on Snowflake?
Snowflake, no, I've not done creating tables, just creating pipelines. We have done multiple table. Each table we have to
So
create.
when you say pipeline, you have basically pulled data, but you have never pushed data in there.
Yes, 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 correct.
Okay. How is Snowflake different from a normal object-oriented, not object-oriented, normal database? Let's say, let's look at Oracle, for example. Have you worked on Oracle?
No, no, I've not worked on Oracle, MySQL, and the Snowflake.
MySQL. Let's test MySQL.
Yeah,
It's also a relational database. So yeah, uh, can you cite a few practical differences between Snowflake and MySQL?
sure, sure. So here, for example, in our business, the most difference I'm going to, whatever I know, I'm going to tell you, Aditya. So regarding MySQL and Snowflake, for example, in our organization, mostly whatever the like orders or which are coming from the customers or sales, anything, the all the orders or anything which is coming from the customers itself, which are going to save all the data into like databases like MySQL, Oracle, these kind of things. So suppose we are going to store into that on top of that databases, but here we are not going to perform analytics on top of databases. So if we going to perform all the analytics on top of main database, which is not going to like which is going to interrupt some kind of transactions like a daily user daily transactions data something. So instead of that, what we are trying to do, like we are going to pull the data into the data engineering team is going to pull the data into like Snowflake itself, data warehouse something. So in which we are going to perform some kind of ETL, some kind of writing queries or something. This is the difference I know regarding databases and Snowflake. Like is usually like instead of storing permanently data, we are going to use temporarily data into Snowflake for using analytic purpose, something analyzing the data or something like that.
So, are you saying that Snowflake is basically a temporary database?
No,
Sorry,
no,
I'm
no,
just
I'm
trying to
not saying
get around.
no, I'm not saying temporary database, but this is the thing we have done like in my organization.
Okay, but other than that, do you technically know some differences between, I mean, practically, what is the difference? Can I simply say select star from a table in a Snowflake and
Hmm.
get data out of it?
Yes, we can do.
Okay. Uh, Instead of a data, I mean, okay, let's go back to your example that you were mentioning. You
Hmm.
said in your particular case, you are storing temporary data in Snowflake, right?
Hmm. Yes.
Instead, uh, if I was storing temporary data in an object in a relational database, let's say MySQL,
Okay.
what could have been different? What could have been different?
Okay.
Because I mean, at the end of the day, let's say you are saying the master data resides somewhere. You are creating temporary tables here and then pulling data so that it does not impact the daily use of the database, wherein the actual users to, let's say, store transactions, retrieve transactions, and then you don't want a data lock. That's what you're trying to get to, right?
Yeah, what did you say? The last line I'm not able to understand.
I think if I understand you correctly, you are saying
Hmm.
that you store temporary data so that there are no data locks, so
Hmm.
that the actual data stays the way it is,
Hmm.
so that the actual transactions can still be updated and do not get impacted because of your analytical queries, the
Hmm.
queries that you are running as a part of analytics,
Hmm.
right? So what is the difference between creating this temporary data in Snowflake versus creating the same temporary data in MySQL?
Okay. So Snowflake is like a for analytical and scalability, and while MySQL is generally for optimizing for transaction application, something like that.
Okay.
So that's what I understood.
Okay, understood. No, I get your point. I think I know what you're trying to say. Just give me 1 second.
Sure.
Uh, uh, Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's getting very hard to put someone in
Yeah,
a particular position.
yeah.
Uh, Actually, I used to have a stand for the phone, and it got broken 2 days
Hmm.
back.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to figure out the best way to
yeah,
get
yeah.
this to work because just 1 second. Huh?
Hmm. Sure.
I'm trying to dig out something so I can get to the next topic. 1 second.
Yeah, sure.
It's again slipping. Yeah, that's better.
I think in MySQL also we can use like short-term processing data as well.
That's fine. That's fine. I think I understand what you're trying to say. That's fine. Have you used AI on Snowflake?
AI and Snowflake mostly like I've not used like
Cortex.
yeah.
Have you used Cortex? Cortex is the AI that we use on Snowflake. Snowflake's Cortex is basically the machine setting up machine learning workflows.
No, no, no.
No, you-
I've not worked on it.
That's fine. That's fine.
Most of the work is
How good do you think your SQL skills are?
like it's around 7 to 8. I would rate 7.5 to 8.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a question. I need you to talk aloud.
Sure.
Okay. Uh, there is a table for class 10 students.
Okay.
Okay. It's got only two columns: name and the month in which a person was born.
Okay.
Both are varchar.
Okay.
Okay. So it's got Madhu, January, Aditya, October, Anuj, August, Priyanka, February, so on and so forth.
Hmm.
Okay. The class monitor, he has to find the number of cakes he has to order every month because he has to order a cake for every person who's got the birthday in that month.
Hmm. Hmm,
So
hmm.
he runs a query to get all the months and the number of people who were born in that month. How will he do that?
Could you repeat one second question?
Just think, just speak aloud. Huh?
Yeah, could you please repeat one second question? We had one student.
Yeah, no. So there is a class monitor. There, you understand the table, right? We've got name
Okay.
and we've got the months.
Okay.
Both are varchar.
Okay.
Okay. All I needed, all I need right now is month and the number of people in who are born in that month.
Okay. We want only number of people who were born into that particular month.
Not a particular month, all the months. So January 5, February 2, March 22, so on. That's all I need as a result of the query.
Okay. So both are varchar.
Yeah.
Okay. Both are varchar, and you want to get all the things like all people who were born into a particular month, name and month. I think I can use group by something. Firstly, group by.
Please go ahead, keep going.
Like I will use like for example select birth month and as well as count from the student table and given by birth month or something and order by birth month something like that.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Uh, have you worked on any agentic development at all?
Agentic development. No, agentic
in AI?
develop. No, no, no. I have not worked on agentic AI.
Okay. Uh, and last part, which I want to ask before we move on to some other topics, is uh, have you worked on low code, no code automation at all? I just have to complete my checklist. Sorry.
Sure, sure, Aditya. I've never worked on the top of that.
Okay. So basically, no code, low code is like UiPath, Alteryx, Power Automate, any of the tools that ring a bell?
Power Automate, we can like we can use for automated tasks. But in starting of our like career, like back in 2022, but earlier, I mean, since last couple of months, we have never used.
No, but you have used, right? So can you explain me what Power Automate does?
Like Power Automate regarding like for example, if you if you want to, for example, creating schedule SQL job or using like a Airflow run queries every month something, storing in a table, send automatically to the class monitoring something like that. Instead of like there is no need to do any manual thing. Instead of that, we are going to use for Power Automate. Like everything is like a dynamic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you explain a little further? I want an example of what you've done.
So example of Power Automate, like for example, in our like for just give me one. For example, you can automate a workflow after getting month birth. For example, monthly birth count something from the database. So it can run the queries like checking the results, email, and terms and notification, number of cakes. Like for example, removing the manual work, something like that.
Please don't read. Please don't read. Try to explain me what exactly you have done.
Like mostly Power Automate is, for example, in my Power BI,
Mm-hmm.
like for example, we can use for something like if you want to automate any particular SQL query, if you want to create any particular dashboard app or something, if you want to share with the stakeholder something without manual effort something, so we can use Power Automate something like that.
No, but what will Power Automate do? What exactly does it do? How do you use it? Okay, let's go to that point.
Mostly my work is in starting of my career I worked, but since last couple of months, couple of years, like since 2 months, 2 years, I've been not never worked on top of Power
So
Automate.
last 2 years or last 2 months? You said two last
two
couple of
years two
months.
years
That's
two
why
years
I
2 years 2 years.
last 2 years you have not worked. Okay, I
Yeah.
thought last couple of months. That's what you said.
No, no, no,
So
two
I was
years
like, okay, then you must remember.
No, 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 2 years.
Okay, okay, got it. Uh, how do you cleanse data?
Yeah, how do I?
You mentioned data cleansing.
Yeah,
How
data.
do you cleanse data?
Yeah, data cleaning something.
What all can go wrong with data? Let's say you you ran a query,
Okay.
you get a lot of duplicates. How are you going to resolve it? What is the first thing that comes to your mind if you see that, let's say, there is a query that gives out 10,000 results, 10,000 records,
Hmm.
out of which 2,000 are duplicates.
Okay. So for example, firstly, we are going to import data, and then after we can check that data types. And as per the client requirement, we need to figure it out. If any duplicate data is available, we are going to replace values like using mean, median, mode, something, or asking the requirement. And after that, if they want to keep it something, so we are going to keep it like a median value or some mean value. If bunch of the values are duplicate, something records are there, we are going to replace. There is an option in Power Query in Power BI. By using that, we are going to incorporate like for example any mean or median
No,
approximately like.
but you are a data analyst. First, you have to understand, is there something wrong or not? What has gone wrong in the query? So why are you getting duplicates? How are you going to research that?
Yeah, firstly we need to interact with the client. Okay, why it? we have to ask the like requirement. So apart from the requirement, we need to analyze. Okay, so after creating the dashboard, the error is going to show you if any duplicates are there something. But before that, we need to analyze like okay, if something is any duplicate values is there, but we need to analyze as per as you said correct, whatever you said correct. But so before that, we need to understand, if you understand the requirement and domain knowledge, on top of that we are going to take the action. If you don't understand domain knowledge or requirement, if you don't have anything something, we are not going to give the proper report to the client. We need to understand exactly what they want from that particular report. So on top of that, we are going to take we are going to give the suggestions and anything. So
Okay. Okay. Uh, you also worked on Excel.
yeah, Excel data cleaning part, something like data cleaning and finding duplicate values, something if
Okay.
stakeholder.
Have you worked on VLOOKUP?
Yes.
What does VLOOKUP do?
For example, if you want to combine two tables,
In plain simple English. Yeah.
for example, if you want to combine two tables by using common column, for example, we had student and we had teachers. So if you want to combine by using the student ID in the both table, you can use VLOOKUP, merging the two tables, like joining the two tables, VLOOKUP. So with that, we are going to fetch, okay, all the which teacher is going to teach which student something, those information insights we are going to get it from that VLOOKUP. But here nowadays people are not using VLOOKUP. Instead of that, we can use Power Query. Like there is an option append merge something inside of Excel, so which is going to keep it like a, instead of manually writing formulas, we are going to do any everything within the clicks, like in Power Query, within the just clicking the, like using the append merge option, something like that.
Okay. Okay. Uh, what is the difference between an outer join and an inner join?
Yeah, inner join is, for example, if you want to get common records from the both the tables, we had students and classrooms or teachers something. If you want to get the common record from the both the tables, we are able to fetch both the tables common information by using like union, left join, right join, and by middle we are going to use union, so that we can get the information from the both the tables, like common data from the both the tables, left join, right join, by using union all, sorry, union, so that uh, we are able to fetch common information. And outer join means like so the main difference, right? Main difference, right? Outer join, Aditya.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, regarding outer join, I think so. Outer join, I don't have
Go
a,
ahead.
yeah,
You are answering it right. Please go ahead.
yeah, yeah. So like only left outer join or only outer join? That is the thing I'm confusing.
Explain. Feel free. That's what I was saying from the beginning. You have to explain me if I'm asking a question. Explain me so that I understand things properly. If there are multiple things to explain, explain multiple things. Feel free.
Yeah, sure, sure, sure. So like outer join alone, it's not specific, but if you want, you can use left join, right join, and full join, and cross join as well. So these are the joins I used to do in my, mostly in my work I used to do left join, so instead of outer join.
Okay.
So these are the joins mostly, left join or inner join. So but we never use right join. Sometimes we used to do cross join as well, but mostly we are going to use left join.
Okay. Okay. Hmm. Can you cite an example of uh, I'm sorry. Can you cite an example where you worked on Power BI, a report that you worked on
Okay,
all the way from your requirements gathering to uh, productionizing the report?
okay. So, I mean, regarding Power BI architecture, whatever I have done from the starting to end of the project.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Just pick a requirement and give me the exact scenario, what all happened. You went into the meeting, you got a requirement.
yes, 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 got it, got it. So, firstly, the stakeholder is going to interact with my team member, the team leader. So, then they are going to set up the meeting through the Microsoft meetings or through the Jira, like project management tool is there, where they are going to hold project. So, firstly, our manager is going to interact. Then after that, they are going to share some mock-up dashboard, something like regarding Power BI. So what are the KPIs? What are their business requirements? Everything they are going to share. And earlier KPIs, for example, earlier metrics on top of the mock-up dashboard, they are going to share. According to that, their direction and their requirement and their KPIs, like key performance indicators, what they want from the out of that particular report. For example, revenue or year over year growth, or month over month, or previous year quarter, something like revenue, profit, something, these kind of things. On top of that, mock dashboard they are going to provide. On top of that, we are going to work like from the gathering requirements. And after that, sometimes we are going to use Excel files, CSV files, and connecting with the like AWS, these kind of things. And we are going to use like MySQL data files as well, data SQL files. So by sometimes we are going to use live, mostly we are going to use live connection instead of import mode. Sometimes we are going to use a composite mode. And then after that, so importing into the Power BI, like we are going to check like is there any particular null values, are there any duplicates or something, and checking that. And if any columns or rows or something which is not required for that particular requirement, that particular KPIs, we are going to avoid that data, which is because we need optimized report, so that we are going to avoid unnecessary columns or tables, something which is not required per particular requirement. And after that, we are going to uh, go to the data modeling section. In that data modeling section, we are going to build the relationships, like one to one, one to many, many to many, something like as per requirement. We are going to build the relationships. After building the relationships, like then we are going to write as per requirement, whether it is a calculated column or measure something. So if it is, mostly we are going to use calculated columns, sorry, like measures itself, because dynamically which is going to work on top of visuals instead of creating calculated column. So because calculated column is going to store like space itself, which is going to occupy space in existing table. And then after, so we are going to select the appropriate chart for that particular KPIs, particular requirement what they want. So by using that particular, creating the visuals, then we are going to give the particular access to the particular location. For example, if they want to see any like Indian particular region location, they want to see this sales or profit something, we are going to give the access to that particular location by sharing the report into the Power BI service by creating the workspace. Sometimes we are going to use on-premises data as well, but mostly this is the thing which has been done.
Okay, understood. That brings me to the end of this interview, Madhu. So, do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, actually, like, I mean, may I know what kind of domain projects you're working, and if I get selected, like mostly my previous organization, I used to work on top of like Power BI, SQL, like, so, but I've never worked on like, I used to work on Snowflake as well by creating pipelines, but I never work on like whatever the tools like Power Automate something. But I used to do some
Mm.
automate tasks. But I just want to curiosity to know like what kind of projects like in your in your company like doing. And if for example, if I
So
get
basically, I'll tell you what. So I understand your question. Basically, we are looking for candidates who have uh, Power BI experience, some Snowflake experience. So basically working on top of Snowflake, creating reports,
Okay.
right? But also because it's a small team, they might be required to uh, work on creating data, modifying data, working with stakeholders, trying to understand, what's wrong with the database, how it can be fixed, and also fixing the Snowflake data. So that's first part. Second, there will be extensive use of AI. So
Okay.
we will also have to figure out if somebody is we don't want somebody who understands uh, or has created agents, but somebody who understands agentic development, even if he has not yet created agents.
Exactly. Agentic AI, which is going to create everything like automatic, right? Like starting from the tasks to
Correct.
until finish.
Correct. So there could be different ways. Not so the reporting is just one part of it. At
Okay.
the end of the day, those agents are the ones who are actually going to uh, understand the data and present a report that can then be translated into business intelligence. So Power BI will work on top of the agents.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
That is the idea,
Okay. But
right?
mostly,
It will require a learning curve. Understand that it's not that we'll get somebody who has already worked on this, because this is obviously AI in itself is new. So we are all trying to just understand what kind of requirements. I mean, how we can, with limited resources that we have, how easily and quickly we can scale up. So
hmm,
it's a very, how do I put it? It's not easy. It's not something that we all know how to do or what to do.
okay, got it, got it, got it.
So I understand where you are coming from, but my job primarily is to, or essentially is to, uh, look at a checklist and say, okay, he knows this, he doesn't know this, he knows this, he doesn't know this, and then let somebody else decide.
But but the thing is, we have everyone has to learn. Technology is like continuous learning.
Correct, correct. That's why I'm
But
saying. So that's why I'm fortunate enough not to be the decision maker in this particular case. My job is not to say whether you have been selected or not. My job is to uh, publish that checklist to somebody else and let them figure out if they want to have a second round or whether they want to proceed with the candidate or not.
I think I did not get even JD as well, like right before interview, because if
So that's why nobody has the JD. We don't have a JD, right? We
I would
are
have,
actually we are all trying to brainstorm to figure out a team so that we've got all the skill sets. Okay, so for example, you know Power BI, you know Snowflake, how to create pipelines, but you do not know AI. That is fine.
no, I
If
know
I
AI.
find somebody else who knows AI,
No, no,
even if he doesn't know Power BI, while you know Power BI, maybe we can have both of you together.
got it,
Are you
got it.
getting my point?
Yes, yes, continue.
So that's why we are all trying to build a team so that collectively we've got all the skill sets. We are not trying to build a team wherein one person knows everything. That's not possible.
Mm-hmm.
With 5 7 years of experience and with AI being in the market for only 2 years, it is not possible. It's impossible, in fact. Let's be honest. Nobody knows everything.
Exactly, exactly. But I'm also,
Right? That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
yeah, I'm also trying to like learn about AI agents, like agentic AI regarding LLM, RAG, something. I, wa-
Yeah, I was also trying to do that a month back, and then there was a break, and then I stopped. I have to get back to it.
so what is this all things which is going on? I just explored yesterday before, like day before yesterday, something LLM, RAG, and what is the difference between agentic AI, Gen AI, generative AI, something. So these are the things like which are everything is automatic instead of Gen AI, AI agents, agentic AI, something. Yeah, regarding this, because if you want to
So
do,
agents is where you can define the scope. and you can say, okay, just look at this data and then give me the answers from
Mm.
basically.
Okay.
And then obviously you can also define, what kind of answers do you want.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, there was a small agent that one of our teams had developed. All it does is you copy and paste an email,
Mm-hmm.
and that agent gives you a response what to give to the end user.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it.
And all that agent's scope is the documentation in terms of uh, what kind of questions should have what kind of answers. So for the last 3 years, let's say it's got the entire data bank now.
Hmm.
So
Yes.
it
Yes.
gives you an answer, but then you have to read through it. Maybe you have to remove certain things or add certain things and then send it across.
Okay, I just want to ask you one more question. I just want to keep myself like 1% in data analytics or data engineering. What should I learn something? What should I like try to learn? Because I don't have any responsibilities like regarding I'm not married. I just want to keep myself in top 1%, like anything because I know about myself right now, but I just want some suggestion like how can I stand out in 1%?
I have no idea. We are all trying. The world is moving at a much, much quicker pace than we can think of. In the last 1.5, 2 years, the world has gone from here to here. It started with people learning Python so they can do data analysis, and then suddenly everything has gone haywire. Now nobody's talking about Python for data analysis anymore
Exactly.
because all that can be taken care of by AI itself. So
Now folks are
I
talking.
understand where you're coming from. Data is a field which has gone from leaps and bounds from what it was 2 years back, 1.5 years back.
Exactly.
So I mean, unfortunately, I don't have an answer for you here.
But I heard about like LLM RAG something. If you build customized AI tool, something for business, so that you can stand out
Mhm.
something I heard about from data scientists because I've made with the conversation, but I don't know exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah. Thank you, Aditya. Thank you for the interview.
problem, mate. Cheers. Thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah.